We'll do it live. Woohoo!
Ladies and gentlemen,
we are back in the house.
In black.
It is the two of us, and just the two of us.
The best of us. The best is the rest.
The best of us for the Festivus.
The best of us for the rest of us.
The rest of us.
Guys, welcome to Testing Normal, episode number 43. This is Curtis.
This is Jordan.
This is a podcast where we talk about anything, everything we want to.
Yeah.
And we have some pretty exciting, fun things to go over tonight.
Yeah. It's the one thing that we have control over, what we talk about here.
Yes.
Kind of.
I don't know, man. Who knows?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like we're not even in control. Yeah. We're here alone.
Is it nature versus nurture in this situation? Who
I don't
knows?
think that has anything to do with this.
No?
I think it has to do with more like fight or flight.
Oh, maybe.
Run, fight, height. Fight.
But
height.
Today, guys, we're going to brush up on and go over this decade. The tens.
The tens.
The tens.
The tens.
There has been...
We are going to be out of the teens. How crazy is that? But you and I will likely not see another teen year in our lifetime.
It's kind of sad.
Is it?
It makes me sad.
I feel like we're growing up because we're passing our teen years.
I think I said this last week maybe, but it makes me think about what it would have been. We feel like the people in 1810 feel like.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Or 1910 feel like.
But we don't, as much as people say that, it's like, okay, I get it. We're not going to be the ones saying that because we didn't think that when we were like in the 80s. Like, remember 1885? Man, it would have been so crazy. We're in 1985 now. We didn't sit and think about that.
That's true. We didn't. Yeah. I don't know why I'm thinking about it now, but.
And as crappy as people think we've gotten, hey, we're all still here. Whatever we did kept the species alive.
Keeping on. And we're succeeding because we're even more higher population than what we were. So.
Yes. Somewhere along the way, we've done it.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, what we're going to do is we have kind of a list of some of the interesting landmarks of the tens.
The tens.
Some of them we'll brush over, some of them we'll just kind of...
Which is super great.
Go into
31
more
things
detail.
We totally forgot happened.
Yeah, we have 31 things that we're going to
Curtis
brush up
was
on.
doing some browsing. On goodhousekeeping.com.
Yeah.
We'll post a link to this. Some of these things we won't even talk about because they're stupid, and some of them we will talk about because...
Yeah. And actually, we probably won't even say 31
We still don't
things,
have an answer.
but we want to throw them out there.
Oh,
some
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. So
that's
Jordan,
the list. I'm just reading the top of it because it's their webpage. We're still
April 2010.
April 2010. Yeah.
That was the first iPad that came out.
That's crazy to me.
April 2010, man.
So
9 years ago.
Here's some details about the first iPad.
2010 also is when I graduated from college.
It did not have the current connector. It didn't have the lightning connector. It had the big 30-pin connector.
Right.
It also did not have a camera.
Right.
Anywhere on it.
And didn't they make iPads of varying sizes when it first came out?
No.
Was it only one size?
One size. Came out, it was the 9.7-inch screen. That's it.
And then at some point, though...
And it was like, really, it was pretty thick.
Was there a really large iPad? Like a really, like... Wasn't
That's
there
only
like
recent.
A 12...
That's only recent.
Inch or whatever?
Yeah, there's one now. I can't remember what it's called, but...
iPad Mega?
Yeah, Mega.
MAGA? iPad MAGA? Is it a Trump one?
Our friend Ben was over today, and he had one, and
really,
and I pulled it out, and Haley goes, "That's the biggest one I've ever seen." I said, "That's what she said."
That's what she said. Yeah.
Actually, she beat me to it.
Yes. Ben. Man, we got to get him on here one of these days.
I tried, but he's going to be at a candlelight service as we speak.
Oh, resting.
So
whoever's candlelight that is serving.
It's not a vigil.
It's not a vigil.
No.
It kind of sounds like a vigil though.
It's for Jesus,
doesn't it?
Or something.
Well, it's still. That's a whole
dude.
Other
Speaking of Christmas, I always thought, and I joked with people that like Christmas, supposed to be like celebrating Jesus. I mean, now it's about trees and presents, but like if you were in those circles,
Christmas
that's what people say.
And then Saint Nick, right?
Forever, I thought that they had done studies and figured out that like he would have technically been born. Like this isn't Jesus' birthday. I always make the joke. It's like it's Jesus' birthday. It lands exactly on December 25th. But technically, people had said for a long time it would be in the summer. Someone did the math, and I was talking to Luke, who's been on here, about this, and they were doing the math on the star that they talked about, the astronomers that were supposed to be the wise men or whatever. They were astronomers, which was known. They did the math on what would have been going on, and they think that what they saw was a planet. And they went back and tracked. They thought it was Jupiter, and they figured out that it would have actually been right near December 25th. That's what the math would have brought everything back to.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which is kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
And it's kind of crazy that they were like,
if that's
true.
Guys,
let's follow that thing.
Yeah.
Let's
follow that planet.
That's kind of a weird thing to do, right?
Well, but what it's even more important than that is in March 2011, the song Friday came out. It's Friday.
No, let's not sing it. I'm so done. I'm so done with that song.
Okay. How about this?
Yeah.
In 2011, that's when the royal wedding was, and Prince William and Catherine Middleton had the royal wedding. Okay, this is what's fun about these things, these like landmarks of this past decade.
We see the dumb things we did.
Well, but I like reminiscing and thinking, where was I at that time?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't remember where I was when Friday came out, but I remember when...
I remember all the times that
the royal wedding
in my head.
I remember when the royal wedding came out, or happened.
I don't.
I
didn't even know it happened.
Back then, I was an ER nurse, and I was working night shift.
Someone got in a really bad accident.
And I think it was maybe like 3 a.m. in the morning or 2 a.m. in the morning, and I was in a patient's room, and the patient had like I think it was like severed an appendage. I can't remember what happened, but they were like, put on the wedding.
No.
Yeah, they were sitting.
So that's why you know.
Yeah, because I remember like this patient had a bad trauma, but at the same time, they were like, hey, can you turn the TV on for me, man? I know the weddings. I've missed the wedding. They
had to watch the wedding. Yeah.
That was like, so that wedding was kind of like seared in my head. I watched this royal wedding while I was like infusing blood into this dude or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's weird. May 2011. What big fad was going on then? But
tell me.
Planking. Do you remember planking?
I remember
there was an Office episode.
That's what I was going to say. I remember planking most prevalent because of the Office. Office episodes.
That was really good.
Also in July 2011, you know what we said goodbye to? Wait, let's try to make the noise of it. Can you make the noise like what? Yeah. You guys know what that is? That's Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
That's Harry Potter, guys. July 2011 was the last Harry Potter book.
July 2012? Gangnam Style.
Oh. Okay.
This was like, I did not understand this when it came out. I was like, why do things like this go viral?
Yeah. It was an obnoxious song.
Super obnoxious
song. And but it did have, I got the catch, but I didn't understand how it stuck around so long.
It stuck around way too long.
Yeah. And I think it's still one of the highest YouTube visited videos.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I hope we don't help that.
But okay. Also, just before that July though, in March 2012.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was as big for you, but back in Missouri, this was a big deal. The Coney 2012.
I don't know what that is.
Really?
No.
Coney 2012 was huge, guys.
What is it?
Okay. So there was a YouTube video that came out, and it was talking about this kind of guerrilla dictator in Africa, and his name was Coney. And he captured
this rings no bells.
This is insane. This was huge. Yeah. Holy crap. You don't remember this?
Well, remember, my care meter is usually not there.
Yeah, well, and also we were in different states at that point.
That's true.
So Coney was this crazy dictator in Africa, and he wasn't even like a leader of a country. He was just like this guerrilla dude. And he captured a bunch of women, and he captured a bunch of people, and it was for him to release these people. And so this people that got this news out on YouTube, they started raising money for this organization. And then this is the craziest thing. Oh my God, I'm just remembering this now. They raised a ton of money, like hundreds of thousands, I think even millions of dollars to try to get these people released. And then they like got bracelets. Like I remember I had an armband. I had like a Coney 2012 armband. I remember several people that I worked with had these armbands. And then they like tried to like get these people freed, and Coney, like the dude that was like super messed up, evil guy, like he was like becoming famous from this. And then the people that organized this, that lived in California, one day somehow the guy that organized this, he got caught on video out of his freaking mind running butt naked through like Orange County, high off his ass on like PCP or something like that. And like
guy that just started
the guy that had started it like 4 months earlier, and then the entire Coney 2012 save, all these people just went disappeared. Never heard.
Maybe I just didn't catch it before it went. Pff.
Oh, dude, it was a crazy roller coaster.
There's some things that just bother me, and I just put them out of my mind.
Yeah. Oh no, you would have known about. If you heard about this, you would have remembered.
But maybe I didn't buy into it.
Right.
I don't remember it at all though.
The last crazy thing that happened in 2012.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
People thought the world was going to end?
Yes.
That was weird.
The Mayan calendar predicted.
It's like, you think these guys with this weird pyramid thing and everything got it right, guys? And it turns out I just, I'd predicted that was when a phase was going to end or something like that.
Right. So it's like the summer solstice.
Why do people buy into things like that? I don't get that. Like, I mean, I say that, but what if it had happened and I'm like, oh man, why didn't I buy into that? Like,
right. But I think it's kind of tantalizing.
I guess
like it's a little
it's just
exciting.
so funny to me. Like, we don't, like, people get mad. I think there's a shower thought that I didn't read that was just like a few weeks ago that we kind of skipped over. That was just like, people get really mad that we want to teach all these things that they say they won't use in real life, and then they end up believing that climate change doesn't exist because they don't know the things that they thought were useless to learn in school. Like, because they don't learn about the world around us. And I think that people get lost in the magic of things.
Yeah. Oh,
versus
for sure.
versus the facts.
No, yeah,
of things.
it's kind of like conspiracies.
Yeah.
Conspiracies have a level of
Although I gotta
excitement
tell you,
and magic to them.
I really like a good conspiracy theory.
And and that's why we like them. That's why we like them. Okay, so we're into 2013 now, guys. The Harlem Shake went viral.
I didn't.
Did you see the Harlem Shake when it came out?
I just didn't.
Did you get it
either? No.
So Harlem Shake.
I got this about as much as Gangnam Style.
Yeah, it usually began with a lone person dancing, and then all of a sudden.
I liked Pin Pineapple Apple Pin better than both these things combined.
I never heard about that.
The guy that does the Pin Pineapple.
No.
Pin Pineapple Apple Pin. Like,
nope, never heard about that.
Oh my gosh.
Never heard about that.
People right now are either wondering what the heck I'm talking about, or they're wondering why you don't know.
Now, what I did hear about, though, was what does the fox say?
Dude, yes.
On YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Hey, so this is a little, like, parenting tip out there. What does the fox say? Hilarious
The music
song.
video.
Let your kids, whatever. Do not go and watch any of this band's other videos with children around.
Oh, are they a little sketch?
Oh, dude. There was one where, like, this is kind of funny and weird, and then all of a sudden his wife starts going down on him. And we're like, whoa, change the channel. Like, that just, like, yeah, it was like the chorus started off, and then she plays with my balls. And we're like, well, we couldn't find where to, like, and
my kids, their eyes.
Because, like, oh my gosh, like, what?
Well, I think one of the most kind of standout moments of this decade was in March of 2014.
Yeah.
Super sad.
This was crazy. And I don't understand, like, what are you trying to see if there's any
I'm
comments?
just looking at that. Yeah. March of 2014.
This is a conspiracy theory. I still hope.
It's not a theory like it happened.
No.
But there's theories around how it happened. And
yeah, exactly. And that's where I think that they lied to us.
So you guys are probably wondering what the heck we're talking about.
Which we intentionally did.
It's when the Malaysia airline passenger jet disappeared without a trace in early 2014.
What do you think happened? Right now, if you had to make a guess, what do you think really happened to this plane?
I think the pilot flipped a switch in his head, and he said, it? "I'm done. I'm taking these guys with me."
I think someone saw the plane.
He turned his transponder off because nobody ever claimed it. Like no terrorist organizations ever.
I think it's still waiting. I think it's the long game. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't it doesn't really affect anything. But I think it was too odd. Like something odd that we aren't being told took place. So I don't think it wrecked.
There was a piece of debris in early.
That's it though.
At some point,
and they were like,
that they thought
the rest of it might have been gone.
Related to the plane. But I think I had heard theories that the plane had been captured and then taken to, like, the transponder turned off and then flown to somewhere in the Middle East or like some country, so they had
an
this
island or something like
unidentified plane that they could use as,
we have a big planet. Like, I don't know. To buy that it didn't. I mean, they tell you right when you're getting on the plane, and they're like, "Good, here's how a seatbelt works in case you didn't ride in a car for the rest of the previous 30 years of your life. Here's how it works." And then, just so you know, if we wreck into the water, your seat is your friend, and it floats. That's a lot of seats to just go missing, and not one of them floated and found.
That's a good point.
Like, there's so many buoyant parts of that plane.
Yeah.
That they're like, we went to the bottom of the ocean.
Absurdly.
With everything and everyone on it that we didn't find anything but like one tiny thing.
Yeah, but also like the land, the amount of space that's covered is like 4 times the size of the United States.
Yeah, I mean, I get
oceanic
that,
wise,
but
that
like,
it could have
we got
disappeared
satellites. We could scan for them.
Maybe.
Just Google Earth.
Yeah, but guys, that's a crazy thing.
What if we find it on Google Earth?
Oh, dude. Okay. I want to look something up on the iPad. There was a crazy thing. I need Google Earth on the iPad. I might not be able to find it, but I saw this thing, and there's this plane hidden in the forest in Oregon.
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
If you zoom in on
it, it's a fighter plane.
No. It's like a full-size passenger plane.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a few that are in Oregon that have
like
wrecked.
It's surrounded by
that have
trees.
wrecked on our coast.
It's crazy. It's by Newburgh.
Yeah.
It's surrounded by trees.
There's some crazy war stuff if you look it up too, where like we had like defense stuff set up to like shoot down if we got raided.
Right.
And stuff. It's some weird stuff hidden in our coastal forests.
July
couple planes
to August of 2014.
Yeah.
Do you remember the ice bucket challenge?
Dude, yes,
for
I did.
ALS?
I did it.
I did it too.
Did you?
Yeah, I got challenged. I don't remember who challenged
me. I convinced
me.
my son to do it with me.
Nice.
And my other son tipped the thing over onto us.
So it was one of those like challenge that went wrong.
No. It didn't go wrong.
Oh, he did it on purpose.
We had him do it.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So do you know how much money they raised for ALS awareness?
I don't know, and I don't know that it was even effective.
Apparently, it raised $115 million.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
And the research they're saying actually has led to discovery of a new ALS gene.
What?
Like a gene that they found has been
That's funny.
Predisposed
Why
to
an ice
ALS.
bucket? I never got that.
I think nobody knows. Nobody knows how it caught on like that. That was a really big controversy, or not controversy, but like
I think
nobody got it.
I think it was my brother-in-law David who was on the podcast that called me out.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't have any idea who called me out. I can't recall.
So what about February 2015?
This was
the debate of the decade.
This was a big debate.
Was over
my wife and I totally debated
the color of a dress.
Yeah. The white and gold versus the blue and black.
And here's the thing. As a colorblind person, I don't care.
When you looked at it, did you see...
It's freaking blue and black.
You're a colorblind person.
Right.
Or like, color deficient.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't see gold. I have
no idea how people saw that.
I honestly don't know how people got gold out of it.
I have no idea.
I
have no idea. A quick note. In February 2015, Apple released racially diverse emojis.
You know what?
So I didn't know that there wasn't racially diverse
Here's
emojis
the thing.
before that.
They weren't even white to begin with. They were just cartoon like yellow. Again, I'm colorblind. I don't know what color they were.
Yeah, they weren't white. They were yellow. No.
They were already not a color people were. Like,
however, I would say
they look
yellow,
like a Simpson.
Yellow is far closer to white than black.
It's not close to what a human color skin can be.
With jaundice, give them a little bit of a hepatic failure.
Yeah, but not healthy. Like, I don't know. To me that was annoying because it caused too much like now they have like every single type of family that you could have. Like,
right, yeah, they're trying to get a little too PC.
Yeah, it's like, guys, stop. Like,
June,
this is insane.
2015. Same-sex marriages became legal in the United States.
All right.
That's actually surprising to me. I thought it was before that same-sex marriages were legalized federally.
It was you probably are thinking that because Oregon was before that. So
probably.
It was in a lot of states, but this is federally. It was that way.
Yeah. That could be it.
So
I'm going to jump to 2016. I don't know if you got anything else you wanted to hit up, but
well, there's nothing after that one for 2015.
2016. I'm going to throw out July 2016. This was a big thing.
Dude,
July 2016.
It was.
I think your family still participates in this. Perhaps.
My son does. I caught all the originals.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Not really. It's sort of sad, but it was fun. I walked a lot of miles, man.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Not drive.
We're talking about Pokemon.
Because there was something about like it wouldn't work if you were driving or something.
No, it wouldn't. But we found like nests, but the kids and I went to Portland and we found like nests that had like really, really rare ones all the time. And like, I'm not joking. Like, I lost weight playing this game.
Well, yeah. Pokemon Go, it was an interesting experiment into the augmented reality into everyday lives. And I think
my boss this week was still playing this game.
Really?
Like, oh yeah.
I feel like
people put it down and brought it back.
I could be wrong, but it seems like it's the only augmented reality app that has taken off.
The Harry Potter one did. There's also a Jurassic World one.
I never heard about either of those.
The one that's cool right now that's pretty recent is Minecraft Earth, and you can build stuff and like place it on your table in your house and look at your creation and have someone pair up with you with their phone, and they can see your creation in their phone on the same place that you can.
That's cool.
And you can put your phone inside the building and stuff. To me, that's a lot more cool. But I will say a little fun fact about this game that a lot of people don't know is it came out of a joke. So originally, every year Google releases an April Fool's video or joke or something. And one year they said added to Google Maps coming this next year is Pokemon Google Maps or something. I can't remember what they called it. And they showed like people on cliffs trying to get Pokemon and everything, holding their phone up with Google Maps with Google View.
Yeah.
And playing it, and everyone was like, I would play that. I would buy that. Like, I would do that. And so, like, years later, it became a reality, and it was originally an April Fool's joke.
What?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was a Google April
Here, hand
Fool's
me
joke.
I'm going to adjust back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think there was a lot of money invested to that app afterwards. Like, people invested a ton into that, and then nothing came of it after that. Like not to the extent that it was.
It's still going on, and
previously
Niantic actually it was basically a shell of another app that was around, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but he used a lot of the same stops and stuff that was already there. So they had this map technology in place, and it was built over the top of another app that Niantic did because it was a joint venture between Niantic and Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
So.
Dude, did you use Vine app?
I saw them, but really the most of the places I saw Vine videos were when they were posted on YouTube.
Right. So in October 2016, the Vine app shut down.
Right.
But apparently, so
it was pretty busy. They could never monetize it. That was the problem.
So right now, the big deal is TikTok. Like it's blowing up. TikTok is far more popular
which
right
is
now.
Similar to it's like a Snapchat, but it's got like videos.
Snapchat.
It's like
it's more like
I'm just
Vine.
trying to explain it for people that don't maybe know. And if people don't know what Snapchat is, it's like very short clips of people doing things. But TikTok's more like people will do like a trending video.
Well, TikTok, what's nice about TikTok is that it allows you to use songs, popular songs,
but only short amounts.
But then people often are like lip syncing them in their daily lives. Or what's probably the most popular thing right now on TikTok is to somebody else uploads a video of them talking or impersonating something, and then those people
they'll hashtag it,
impersonate the other people's voices in funny situations,
which is kind of funny. There was some other apps that did that in the past, and TikTok just did it better.
Right. So, yeah, it's interesting because I had heard about Vine, but I literally never downloaded the app.
I didn't either.
Even touched
I think I went to the
all.
website because it would like link there. There's a really cool guy that did some amazing edits of videos and stuff that originated on Vine, but now he's largely on other social platforms. Like he's mostly on Instagram, stuff like that. He does like these crazy like video switches where like all of a sudden he'll like print out a piece of pizza and then pick it up and eat it.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
So he's just really good at editing video and like teaches now and like has monetized that for himself, teaching lessons and tutorials and stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Or like, yeah, he'll jump like into the picture and then make it reality or something like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
May through June of 2017, fidget spinners.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I forgot how big this was. Like, it's. I still, my kids still have these. You still find them every once in a while. Like people have them, but I mean, it was just like everywhere for a long time.
Yeah, everywhere. Speaking of what was everywhere, in January 2017, the Women's March. Yes. This was a political hot topic. On the first day of Trump's presidency, millions of people took to the streets and started to protest, but it was one of the largest, gender equality, civil rights movements that women had, presented as a group together.
I didn't really understand it. I mean, I'm not a woman, so like, I didn't see a lot of women around me didn't make a big deal about it. So I didn't know, like.
Yeah, I think it was.
Was it more so just? It seemed to me like it was more so just against Trump, which is fine if you want to do that. But like,
yeah, it was a protest of. If from my personal opinion, obviously I'm not a lady that went to the marches, but from what I had read and interpreted, it was a protest of Trump's views and treatment of women, and the march.
Weird, they never marched on Clinton.
Well, I mean, Clinton was a savvier dude. He definitely was a bit better at
with women under his desk.
Yeah, he was a bit better at playing that game.
I guess.
He was a bit smoother.
Also impeached. Speaking
yes,
of.
also impeached.
Yeah.
Okay, one of my favorite, absolute favorite things of this decade.
Oh.
I will remember this for the rest of my life.
I did not actually think this was going to be as big of a deal as it was.
It was enormous. And it was life-changing for me. It was an altered reality.
Yes. It felt fake.
So, guys, what we're talking about is in August of 2017. Everybody that was in Oregon will know and remember where you were at when we experienced the total solar eclipse.
Yes.
Incredible.
Which
experience.
where we are at, we are less than half a mile from the center of totality.
Yeah. Well, we were in the center of totality.
No. But I'm saying dead center. So we were in totality, but as far as who got it the longest, because if you're at the fringes, you had it for less time.
Right.
But we're so close to the dead of it, we
Basically,
had almost the longest
yeah.
darkness or covering of the sun that you could have.
Yeah.
And it was I can't even explain what it was like.
So the way that the light waves,
it was insane. Did you see the stuff on the ground?
Oh yeah, it rippled.
The
rippling,
and that's not every one of them. That's actually fairly rare.
Of light on the ground and in the air and the surrounding
and how
shade.
Cold it got.
The decrease in temperature
was weird.
I was out in Union Hill.
Okay.
I was out in this big field on top of this big hill, looking over the entire Willamette Valley. And
right.
You could see the coastal range, and it was so captivating that I honestly had no other thoughts than what was happening.
You cried.
I
stripped all your clothes off.
Well, what was weird is literally at the end of when I was done with the eclipse, I was naked, and I don't know how. I don't know what happened.
I was naked and 3 miles from where I started. I don't like.
3 miles. And for some reason, I was holding a yo-yo in one hand and a slinky in the other, and I have no idea how.
And a banana.
I have no idea how those got in my hands. No idea.
Yeah, they say people their reaction to their how minuscule they feel is it is measured in most people experience that during that. Can you imagine though? Because we knew it was coming. And they told us the moment it was going to be there. Yeah, they knew. They know when it's going to happen again.
Dude.
They have it all figured out. Can you imagine not knowing?
Dude.
And not understanding what the sun is and having it happen because it's happened. And this is interesting because I was looking this up. My wife and I were having a discussion the other day, and I found this super interesting because it's around solar eclipses. There's a passage in the Bible where it talks about Joshua fighting these people, and it says the sun stood still. And people went back and looked at that passage, and they've actually used it for history today, figuring out when kings ruled, because they didn't have a hard date on it. But because of that, they traced back and they figured out that the original language was saying something odd happened that they didn't understand with the sun. So they traced it back, did the math. It was a full solar eclipse, but it was one that was different than ours, where the moon was not as big, so it didn't fully cover the sun, so people could still see and stuff. So they've actually used that moment in time, that confused writing of we have no idea what happened to the sun, to track these other nations and say, okay, this is when this king did, and they've put it into our history now, saying we didn't know when, but they used the solar system in that story to do it, which is just wild.
Idea. But if anybody missed it, in 2024, that's the next solar eclipse. That's the next celestial event.
They happen. So here's the thing. They do actually happen quite often on Earth. They're just not near us.
I don't know where it is.
It's not near us, yeah.
I'm not totally sure if it happens in the U.S.
I think it goes across Texas.
Does it?
It happens, look up sometime,
well, it happens
how often it happens.
It happens frequently, but oftentimes it's more of the ocean.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not uncommon. It's just uncommon for where you live.
Right.
Yeah. Which is weird. You don't think about those things until you do it. There's a cool app where you can look it up and it'll tell you when it's getting close, and it'll tell you what to watch for and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That we had and we followed when we did it.
Dude, January 2018. I remember when this warning came out.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm trying to remember, did the warning come to everybody's phone in the U.S.?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it did,
a
right?
ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill.
Yeah. I think I was at work, if I recall.
I honestly, they said this is false. This is another conspiracy theory I would jump on and say, I think something was going on.
What do you mean? Like, what do you think would be going on?
Maybe that. Maybe
like
that
we shot it down?
Or either we shot it down, or we knew it was going to be launched and it was avoided somehow. I mean, we have intel
like some James
all
Bond,
over the place.
some James Bond
yeah.
stuff going on there.
Yeah. I mean, they said like, whoops, we pushed the button. It's like, you don't just accidentally hit the button that says warn everybody about a missile.
Well, and the thing is,
like, oh my gosh, where were you sitting at?
It seems
I was sitting on that console right over there. Dude, that's the button that we keep to alert all of people's phones. This isn't like a...
Doesn't it seem unlikely that it would just take a single button to push for all that to happen? Like, it seems like it would take multiple people to release...
Very, very unlikely.
To release something or say, like,
yes,
I approve
maybe
it.
I'm wrong. It's like one of those things. It's like, but I kind of side on the fact that I think something was going on, and they was like, whoa, we avoided it.
And also the fact that the follow-up to that has been so obscured.
Yes.
Like, the impact...
And it could be multiple things. It could be...
The impact.
They don't want to say, like, how that system works exactly for security reasons. I get that. But I guess I would just err on the side of, I think a lot of things happen that we don't know are going on all the time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
And this is one of them that maybe got close. And Tom Cruise was called in. He got on a helicopter with some garbage.
What if Tom Cruise really is?
He
really is a
flying.
secret
He was
agent.
flying with it, and he got the thing, the key that would turn it off, and they all like lined up and defused the bomb. Like, I think that's what happened. I hope Tom Cruise is actually involved.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tom, if you're out there. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for saving us, buddy.
Another royal wedding? No, I don't even care.
May 2018, baby.
Here's how much I care about royal weddings.
Harry and Meghan.
Next topic.
Harry and Meghan got married.
Okay. This actually was fascinating to me. In October of 2018, the Banksy painting that self-destructed after the person bought it.
Yes. And it increased the value of it.
It increased the value of it because it didn't shred it all the way, and it stopped.
Like halfway down.
Like it failed.
Malfunctioned.
Yeah, malfunctioned.
Yeah.
If nobody saw this, it's pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like this, like, hey, you guys make it such a big deal, and it was to the artist and everything, like making it all about money.
Banksy is a British graffiti artist, and he made a poster of this little girl holding in black and white, and she's holding a red balloon.
A heart red balloon.
A heart red balloon. And somebody had bought the poster and
bid on it. They bid on it. Won.
And Banksy had put it in this case that when it sold, it would shred itself. Like it would spit out the bottom and shred. But so somebody bid on it, finalized the sale for $1.4 million. And then it started shredding itself, and everybody was freaking out. Like nobody knew. There's a video on YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen it. I've seen it a few times.
We should pull it up if we have the ability to.
Let's see.
So it starts self-destructing, like shredding itself, and then the mechanism for shredding it malfunctions, and then everybody in the audience is just like, what's going on? So
I'll see if this works. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Yeah. They actually ended up renaming it after it started to get shredded. They renamed it to "Love Is in the Bin."
Oh, this is just showing that. Oh, he released a video afterwards.
And then they put up then they actually ended up.
You can bring up the iPad if you want.
Okay. Then they actually ended up putting the poster in a I don't know why it's not coming up. They ended up putting the poster in a museum in Germany now, which is.
I didn't share it to the screen yet. Hang on. I am right now.
Okay. Let's see if we can whip it up. I'll just put it on the side.
Whip it up?
Whip it up. Whip it good. Whip it good. Whip it. Just like it. Okay, here it is. Oh, get that X out of the way. There you go.
So this is them bidding on it. It's kind of choppy on ours. But we'll link the video. $1.4 million.
Then you hear this beeping coming from the painting.
Right. We're going to move on So crazy that it just started shredding.
Oh, and everybody's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody's pointing. Everybody
what
started stand up.
Yeah, so wild. You can take it off.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude,
so anyway,
crazy.
it went up in value.
Yeah. It increased dramatically in value. And now it's in a, whoever bought it put it on display
You still
in
have
Germany.
it up there.
I know. I'm just enjoying it.
Oh, it's about to go to our...
Okay, got it.
Sweet.
So
it was way behind this. That app that we use for mirroring has gotten a little odd. I think it's because of the new version of
iOS.
Apple.
Yeah. 29. Now we're into 2019. 2019,
Dude.
baby. 2019 obviously was just a bunch of drama. Political drama is what it seems like it mostly that I was able to ascertain.
But April of 2019, we got the first ever photo of a black hole. This was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people even realize the gravity of this picture.
Yeah.
And what it means. It proved a lot.
Really sucked the air out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a huge moment.
Yeah, everyone was really drawn to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that was really cool though. It wasn't the largest black hole, but it was the first black hole actually had a picture taken
photo of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And was it actually a photo of it, or was it a...
It is a photo. It's a rendered photo from the frequencies that they could actually see from that far away.
Right. Wait, say that again?
Because the photons aren't coming out of it, and the photons is too far for them to have seen it. It's looking at like X-rays and gamma rays and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Gotcha.
So the telescopes that are doing it are looking at basically in the electromagnetic spectrum.
Gotcha.
And there was 8 of them around the globe.
Gotcha.
That were aimed at it.
Dude, guys, so that was our decade, man. That's our decade coming to you. There's also some other things we probably should have mentioned, but we didn't. But who cares?
Because we get to talk about what we want to.
Guys, we're going to throw some shower thoughts at you real quick.
Wait.
Oh, you got...
First off.
What do you got?
Going into this next decade, some things that I'm looking forward to.
Tell me right now.
Okay. Number 1, you just stepped into the world of more powerful VR.
Yes, I did. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited about that improving in and of itself. There's a whole new like social platform that's very, very akin to like Ready Player One that Facebook's going to be launching this year.
Ooh.
And yeah, I'm excited to see where technology goes.
Yes.
In that. I've been playing through Half-Life 2.
Ooh, Half-Life Alyx, here we come, baby.
And Half-Life Alyx, which is the first like AAA,
but it's
made for VR only.
It's not actually a follow-up for any of the Half-Lives.
No. It's a prequel to Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
So, Alex is a character found in Half-Life 2 that you play with, and in Half-Life Alyx, you are Alex herself.
Yes.
And it is all in VR. You cannot play it. This is a big deal, because Valve, to talk about like something that's come through the decades, like 97-ish was when Half-Life 1 came out, and what they did that was so big is it was the first video game to have voice acting.
Right.
And then Half-Life 2 was one of the first video games to have physics that you could mess with. And this is the first, now in this iteration, it's the first one that's going to be VR only and pushing that platform, which is kind of crazy.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, we played last night, and I still have, look at this
cut
on my arm. And I punched the ceiling 2 times, and I have a bruise over here from nailing my...
I didn't think your ceilings were that low.
There is one spot where the vent comes through,
okay.
And I had walked over there, and I didn't realize I'd walked that far. And smashed. I just went like this, boom, right into the corner.
It's so hard not to hit things when you're playing that game. Okay, guys.
Shower thoughts.
I'm going to start us off, okay? In about 1,000 years, people will talk about us like we talk about cavemen. They'll say, like, the early species of humans were modestly advanced, forming little internet tribes and communities where they could collectively confirm their biases and collectively bash their enemies. So tribal.
When a starving predator is chasing prey, they're both running for their lives.
Love it. Very true. Very true. Country music is most of the time rich people pretending to be poor.
That's so true. Okay, I read this to my wife and she said it wasn't funny, but I think it's hilarious. Everyone would love puberty if it took you to a customize your character screen.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Wouldn't it? See?
Oh my God, I would love that.
The gamers in the world would be like, oh, can you imagine? Be like, yeah, I'll take a hairstyle 4.
Bro, and you should, every 10 years, every 5 to 10, you should be able to
Except they progressively get worse and like bigger.
Sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
A California roll is basically the chicken nuggets of sushi.
It's true. So true. It's a special feeling, speaking of Christmas, when you grow up and realize that all the Christmas magic you felt as a child was really the feeling of unconditional love from your parents.
Yep. Very true. Very true.
Some people don't get that, I understand.
Speaking of that, or kind of along the same lines, Santa, it's proven Santa gives better presents to wealthier kids.
What was it last week? If we all believe in Santa, nobody would get gifts from Santa.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. You've probably had some deadly diseases before, but your immune system killed them off before you knew.
Yeah, everything's deadly if you didn't have an immune system.
So, okay, Mr. Technical.
Okay. So people who buckle their seatbelts are far more likely to die from cancer.
I don't know, far more likely?
Yeah, for sure.
Because you could crash and not die if you would have a seatbelt.
No, but you're far more likely to die.
People who buckle their seatbelts are way less likely to fly right before they die.
Right. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the same thing.
I know.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying something absurd.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just like, wait, I'm trying to say, is that arguing it? No, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cringing at your past self shows self-improvement.
Yeah. Or, yeah, being self-critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh my gosh. Because you weren't thinking that in the moment.
That's true. There's probably has been an influx of pets named Yoda in the past couple weeks.
Dude, for sure.
Right?
Or Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
You never notice how narrowly you avoid objects in your house until they are moved slightly.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Oh!
Dude, every time my toe gets destroyed. Okay, last shower thought for me, man. If sugar was to be discovered in 2019, there's no way it would pass health regulations.
Nope. And it still shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. A fox is an animal running cat software as a dog.
That's hilarious. That's a good point. That's true.
Okay, I have a few other. I'm just going to rattle off because I thought these were hilarious.
Get 'em.
The illustrator of Where's Waldo could have wasted millions of hours of people's lives if he just left Waldo out of the books.
That's good.
Here's one, and you're going to feel it when I read it. Men's pain is telepathic when someone gets hit in the balls.
Without doubt. It's empathetic.
Yes. It's like, oh my gosh, that hurt.
Yep.
There are billions of lasers that missed their targets zipping through the Star Wars galaxy.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Can you imagine they're just flying along? Like, where'd that come from?
That's a good point.
It's a battle, like
light
years that way.
Sorry. My bad.
You have to be somewhat smart to know how dumb you are.
Exactly.
Here's let's see.
Last one. Hit me with one more.
One more. This is actually really, really good. Spilling hot coffee on yourself wakes you up way faster than drinking it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yep.
So the next time you're just in a hurry for a pick-me-up, brew an entire pot of coffee.
It technically doesn't even have to be coffee.
Yeah, it could just be water.
There you go.
Heat it up.
That's it.
Dump it in your lap.
Boom. All right, guys.
But don't sue McDonald's when you do it.
Thanks for listening to Testing Normal.
Episode
Thanks for joining
43.
us this decade. And we're excited.
Because we were not in the whole decade.
Yep. The next time you hear from us might be the next year.
Yeah, we'll see. It depends on travels.
Depends
and all
on
that
travels
kind of
and the situations.
Oh, wait. Are we doing this whole like hold off January thing, or are we going to talk about that if we
I think
potentially
we'll
come
bring
back?
it up next time.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll bring it up next time.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Sounds good.
Peace out. Have a great New Year. Merry Christmas, y'all. Love y'all. Hope you have a fantastic year and month. Peace out. Peace. A-Train.
Merry Christmas.